Hi, Daniel. How are you doing today?
Hey Jason, I'm doing great.
Good. Yeah. So you're in the States right now?
Yes, we are just heading toward airport after conference Exponential, heading home soon.
Awesome.
Later,
Yeah.
actually.
So you guys were here for Exponential Conference. Tell me about that.
It was a great conference. It's a church planting conference. A lot of people that are just in the process of starting church or just started church. Some established churches too that are looking into the starting church. So it was really good combination. Great speakers, good workshops, a lot of interesting booth with a lot of very helpful tools for the churches. So it was very interesting.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we're going to talk about today are some things that you guys are doing in Poland that are helping church growth, right? So
Yes.
what I'd love to hear about is Road to Jerusalem and what that event is. And yeah, so tell me about it.
So Road to Jerusalem is a Easter play. That's a play that shows the last week of Jesus' life when he entered to Jerusalem, and then his crucifixion and resurrection. And it started 9 years ago, or when we after we started Journey to Bethlehem. So we had all these costumes, we had all these volunteers fired up, and on top of that, we in our village there is a castle, 14th century castle,
Right. Yeah, that's
which
crazy,
is
right?
kind of crazy, and it looks
Yeah.
like Jerusalem. So we decided that not only we're doing Journey to Bethlehem, but we want to do some Easter play, because with all the potential that we have and the castle being present there, we cannot miss the chance to share the story of crucifixion and resurrection, which is the crucial for part of the good news of the gospel.
Hmm.
And we started to do this, and from the first year, it was a very very well received by people.
Well, you've been doing Journey to Bethlehem for over 10 years now, right?
Yeah, it was a 10th edition this year, so we were celebrating this. That was also the part of our trip. We went to Savannah to Compassion Christian Church, where because that's where we learned, and they help us to start this, establish this. So to
Mm.
would a little bit celebrate the tenth edition of the journey with them last few days.
Yeah.
And also, so that's how it started. We've seen it at Compassion at Savannah while we were there on our. Uh, we spent a year there in that church as a residence, and that's how we get to do what we're doing here in Zapiszczele.
Well, and from what I understand, I mean, through Journey, you've reached like thousands of people across Poland. I mean, even, as far
Eastern
away,
Europe,
yeah, Eastern
yeah,
Europe. And so then that made this like absolute sense for you guys to do Road to Jerusalem then to just continue that kind of outreach.
yes. The over 100,000 people came to see
Oh,
and experience Journey to Bethlehem, and from Poland, but also we had Belarus, Ukraine. So we did help to do Journey in Belarus too, in Minsk. Because people came, see, and they learn, and then we went there to help. And we're looking into doing this in Ukraine, but unfortunately, war broke down, so we have to move it for later. But yes, just this whole experience of journey is a great thing, because people can see it, and true story of Jesus being born. But also, we have a lot of volunteers who are not in church, or were not in church, that were playing with us, and we got to know them much better. We got to spend time with them. We got to share the good news with them. So that was another group that we probably even witness even more than those who are just spectators, because they were spending that much more time with them, and many
yeah.
of them actually end up in the church finally after being the volunteers with us. So
So tell me about Road to Jerusalem. How many volunteer do you know how many volunteers it takes, or how much like how much work is it? It's a big deal, right?
it is a big deal because you have to turn the castle into the Jerusalem. So the walls are there, but we have to do obviously some decoration and prepare the some stages, because they entering the castle. It's like an outdoor, and that's the main stage. Jesus then walking through the gate, and they're in the middle. So there's a lot of preparation with the sounds, the lights, and decoration. And then in the basement, on the dungeons of the castle, we have an empty grave, and people can walk out to see the empty grave, and that's how they're living. So it takes about a week to put up all this, and then obviously to prepare the volunteers. We have about 70 to 90 volunteers that are dressed in costumes. We have Roman soldiers. We have obviously main characters like Jesus and apostles, and Mary Magdalene, and the Pharisees, and then people in the crowd. And so that's the idea, is that people who are coming to see, they're mixing up with our volunteers, our actors. So they are a part of the crowd. So they are not watching this; they are participating in this. So they are part of the spectators in the Jerusalem 2,000 years ago, and they're a part of the crowd who's yelling, "Crucify him!" And they're sending him to the cross. So that's why we want to have a big crowd and the feeling of being there and participating in this.
I'm sure that makes it even more impactful, because they're not watching something, they are really a part of it. Are there any stories that have come out of that, of people watching and or not just watching but participating in it?
There's a lot. Many stories, many comments. And I mean, I'm a bad guy. I'm a Roman soldier who's leading Jesus to the Calvary, and then at the one moment we're just dragging Jesus into the crowd, and I'm the one who's trying to get the crowd part, so we can walk in, and just seeing people's facing, how they're looking at me. Oh man, they're saying, "What are you doing? You are evil guy." And then the pain, see the love they see into looking into Jesus. That's amazing. We had a few years ago journalist that came to see that and experience that, and she said, this 1 hour taught me more about Jesus and his love than 30 years in my church that I spent. So we can we hear a lot of reports like this, people that could actually not only hear story of Jesus somewhere told, but they kind of experience that, and it became much more real and intangible for them, and so you can see it on the reaction of people.
I mean, that's the whole point of this, right? I mean, it's not just to put on a play, it's not just to tell a story, it's for people's life change and the impact. And you said that a lot of people end up in the church, or they end up being a part of things, or coming back. So you're seeing impact because of this, right?
Yes, we do. Obviously that's what we're doing. It's not a play for the play's sake, because we have actors and people who want to do it. For us, the most important is to have people the chance to encounter real Jesus and what he has done on the cross for us, and it's happening. People are coming from all over the Poland for that too. So we don't even know what kind of impact it has all over Poland, but we know of the impact that we have from some local people and some volunteers that are with us who are not from our church. So that's we can see, and we are very thankful to be part of it.
Is there anything else like this in Poland? I mean, or is anybody else doing big opportunities like this?
Nothing that I know of. I mean, there are some like a kind of like they call the cross road in a couple of churches that they go for like 12 stations. Jesus walking into the Calvaries, and they have the stop in each stop, and they have a little bit of the story, but it's like around the churches. So it's not like not real. It's just So it's happening, but not to that scale, not to that, not the way we were doing this for sure.
Well, I mean, that's one thing that we love about Pro-Am and love, to see that you are doing, is that you have big dreams. You chase after them because you believe that the story is worth telling. You believe that there's life change that comes from it. And you see life change. You see God moving in people's lives. And in the States, sometimes I think we take for granted these opportunities. Every Christmas there's a giant Christmas program. Every Easter there's a giant Easter program. But in Poland, I just think it's so cool that you guys are putting so much effort into something that this is the only opportunity maybe that people are going to see something like this in the whole country. And that's just so inspirational to us, for sure.
Yeah, that's the way we need to function here. We need to grab people attention somehow and then get them to us now, so we can share the good news and share what Christ did for us. So it's in those days, it's really hard to get your message about Christ and good news into the life of people, because they're bombarded with so many other things and information and everything. They're living their life. So just having something different for them, it's working. So it's bringing people. So we have much more people that want to come to the road to Jerusalem than we can have it, because the castle limitation, we cannot receive everybody. We have tickets, free tickets for everybody. So, but people are writing and asking, booking this already right the next day after journey. Usually, we've been to journey. What is the road to Jerusalem? Can we book the tickets? I said, wait till March. We'll take care of you. But we have a lot of requests, a lot of groups, not only individual groups coming to be part of it.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. That's awesome that there's people just wanting to be a part of something like this. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for talking with me today about everything. We are this newsletter that we're getting ready to do is all focused around the stuff that you're doing in March and April in the spring. And so we're just excited to share all the things that are happening in Poland, how lives are changing.
Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for praying. Please do pray for the fruits of that, that there will be another life-changing moment for those people who come and participate in that event.